Hi everybody, thank you for being here. If you're new, my name is Amanda, and I connect to your angels, spirit guides, and loved ones to bring through messages that you need to hear right now. Today we're doing a pick a card reading, and the only information that I was given was that there are a lot of creative people here that are working on a project, whether it be creating the dream life that you wish for or creating something physical in the 3D world. There's a lot of creative people here, and we all need a little bit of encouragement. So our guides have come through with these 3 messages. Pick whichever one you're drawn to. You can pick more than one if you'd like. And the timestamps will be down in the description below, and I will see you there. Hi, welcome to your message. This is for the people who chose number 1. And seeing this key and this pumpkin here, it just is making me think of Cinderella. I'm not sure how that's gonna fit in yet, but I just keep getting like fairy godmother, queen of the ball kind of vibes from these things. So let's get into your cards and see what they've got to say. I've got several cards here for you. I'm gonna flip a couple at a time and we'll look at them. Okay, we've got Queen of Pentacles, Queen of the Ball. See, look, the Empress, Knight of Wands, and the 9 of Pentacles. Wow, this feels like you're already in really abundant energy. Maybe it's just abundant with ideas right now, or maybe you really do have like a full-fledged business that you're running that is really successful, but it feels like in this card, it feels like there's something that she's missing. Like she feels content, she feels happy with the way things are going, but it feels like there's something that she's missing. It's actually not just in this card, it's in the faces of all of these cards. She's looking for something new. She's looking for something different. This person is like charging ahead towards something different that they want. And so, like I said, whether it's just ideas that you have right now, that you've got plenty of ideas, but none of them are really sitting well in your heart or something that you really feel inspired to go do. Or if you already have success, it's kind of like, yeah, this is good, but there's something more that I want. Okay, Knight of Emotions. I'm gonna take 2 of these other ones too. Gemini Rescue and Crux, Southern Cross Signal. I'm just really immediately just being drawn to the Gemini, that there's 2, they're looking in different directions. And then there's 2 over here in this Crux card too. There's 2 gentlemen, but this one's looking this way, this one's looking kind of at me. And then there's 2 birds up here too, and they're both looking different ways. And it feels like there's 2 different things that are pulling you in different directions, and your energy is kind of caught in the middle, and it can't go where it needs to go to manifest these things because your energy is being pulled in 2 different directions. So it's kind of like, I'm gonna go this way a little bit, then you start focusing the other way, and then I'm gonna go that way a little bit, and it feels like then I'm focusing back on that card. It's almost like in order for you to move ahead, in order for you to charge forward the way that you're wanting to, you have to pick a direction. And I know on his face that is not a clock, but it's coming through as a clock to me. And it's almost like there will be time for everything, but you have to pick a direction. And this spiral is like, you're gonna come back around to this other idea that you let go of. Whichever it is that you are farther away from right now is what they're asking you to let go of. Because it really feels like you want both things. It's not like you're being torn between something you don't want and something you really actually want. It's like you want both things, but they go in different directions, and they're asking for too much time to do both of them at the same time. So they're saying, you're gonna have to choose one right now, and the other one will come back around. And then we have, I don't even know how to say that, Confidence and Blue Snowball Patience. Okay, so in this card, you can see that this person has 2 horses and they're charging into the fire. And these people over here are like, oh no, don't do that. Don't do that. These are your guides. They're like, if you try to charge ahead holding the reins to both of these horses, it's gonna be disastrous for you. Please don't do that. And then they're saying, patience, okay? Patience. So I just keep thinking about these being poppies and how poppies are correlated to people who have passed away or war or, you know, something like that. I don't really know. But they symbolize death or rebirth after death or something like that. But it's like, it's okay to grieve this right now. You're gonna have to let it go and grieve it right now. Whatever the second horse is, whatever it is that you are having to let go of, it's okay to let it go and grieve it, because it will come back around. Like, there's, you know, this is a circle and this was a circle. They're saying whatever the one that you decide you don't have the time and energy for right now, whatever you let go of, it's going to come back to you. But it is hard to let go of it because it's something you love so much. It's something you're really passionate about. You would charge into fire for this. So it's really hard for you to let it go, but they're saying you're gonna have to, okay? If you want any of it to be successful, you're gonna have to focus your energy on one thing. Move toward that thing. And when that thing is stable and you're back in this energy again of everything being stable and you being okay, then they're like, okay, now you can take on another thing. But trying to charge ahead on 2 horses is, like I said, disastrous for you. So please just choose one. Focus your energy on just one. All right, I hope that was so helpful for you. Make sure to leave a comment down below so that we know what the 2 horses are for you and we can root for you on the one that you choose. And make sure you like and subscribe to help other people find my videos. And I'll see you next time. Hi, welcome to your message. This is pile number 2. And if you were drawn to this pile, let's get into it. So you've got the acorn and this little fashion mannequin. And at first I was thinking maybe it was about fashion or design, and maybe some of you are doing that. But this message is more about things starting to take form, but still being in the very beginning stages. Like this acorn is going to grow into a big, huge oak tree, but right now it's still just a little tiny seed, right? And then this is like a form that you can put material on to design what it is that you want to. So it feels like you're building the foundation, or you are like starting something very new. So let's get into your cards and see how they play out. We've got a bunch of cards today, so we're just gonna go with it and see what happens. The Devil, that's a great one to get first. Oh gosh. 7 of Pentacles. You know, the Devil isn't even like the worst card to get. Okay, the Fool. And one more. Muse of Inspiration. Okay, it feels like you've got an idea that you have been chained to for a very long time. And it feels like you aren't even passionate about this idea anymore, but you've been working on it for so long and it's starting to take form. Or, you know what? It actually feels like with this little acorn, it feels like it's been a seed for a really long time and you keep watering it. Like you planted it a long time ago, you keep watering it, you keep expecting it to grow and it's still not growing and you're chained to it. And it's like you keep pouring all of your energy and your love and your time and your patience and everything into this idea that you've had, but it doesn't seem to be going anywhere. Okay, I'm staring at this image and I don't know if you can see that. I hope you can. There's a little teeny tiny little paw print there that I have never seen before. So somebody's pet is here. But let's see what this card has to say. That was just a little side message for somebody. It feels like fear to me. It feels like you're afraid of going into the unknown and trying to find a different idea. And it's like there's this brilliant, bright idea that's sitting here waiting for you, but it requires you leaving, like saying, no, I don't want to do this anymore, then climbing up a little bit farther, and then walking to the river of flowing ideas. And then you finally get this brilliant idea that is actually going to take you where you want it to go, or where you want to go. But like I said, it requires you. It feels like this thing that you're watering isn't even aligned to who you are anymore. Maybe it was a long time ago, but it's like you've just been working at this for so long that you haven't even realized how much you have changed and how much that dream doesn't align with you anymore. And then the Muse of Inspirations. It actually feels like this thing you're working on is too guarded and protected. And it's kind of like only the right people have the strength and the bravery to go through this passageway to get into this temple. And it isn't that you don't have the bravery or the strength or the creativity or whatever it is that you need to go through this. It's just your guides really want you to ask yourself, like, do I want to do that still? If I knew that it was going to take me a lot longer and a lot more effort and a lot more money and a lot more whatever, if I knew that it was still going to be really, really hard for me to get there, is this still something that I want to do? Let's grab some more cards. I guess we're going to flip them all now. Okay. Cassiopeia, Pride. Ursa Minor, Consequences. Andromeda, Sacrifice. Yeah, same thing. Capricorn, Gratitude. Your guides are really saying, you keep wishing on a star that this is going to happen for you, that this is going to work out for you, but you being blocked is actually for your highest good. You keep looking in the mirror and seeing yourself in this position, but it's actually not even what you want, you know? So here's the queen sitting on the throne, and she's like, this is where I've always wanted to be, but now that I'm here, I don't even enjoy being here. I don't like this. It isn't me. I don't know why I thought this was me, why I worked so hard for this when it's not even, it's somebody else's dream that I just latched onto a long time ago. And then we're going to this one. She's not a queen. She's like a fairy princess pirate dancing around and whatever, you know. The dream that is really in your heart, the one that you really actually want to be working towards, is very, very different from the one that you're putting your time and energy into. And this one is so aligned with the entire universe. And it's like all of the stars and galaxies are conspiring together to form this one. Whereas this one, it feels like there's so many blocks. There's so much standing in the way of this dream. Because it isn't an actual dream. It's like a thing you thought that would be easier than the thing that you really actually want. And it has turned out to not be easier. And then Capricorn, Gratitude. And your guides they're just saying, if you listen to your heart, listen to your inner compass, your guiding star, and really, really, really think about what it is that you actually want to put your time and energy into. Like, if you knew that it couldn't fail, what would you put your time and energy into instead? You will be so thankful to yourself that you actually did that. Because they just keep saying, this is too hard, this one is too hard, this one you're working on, it's not for you, and it's not like you're not part of this club kind of thing. It's like somebody else has been built exactly to be the person to walk through here. And it's not like it's not you're getting kicked out of the club. Like I said, it's like your dream is somewhere different. And you are the exact right person to walk through the gate of your dream. I feel like that's all they've got to say to you today. I hope that was helpful. Please leave me a comment down below and let me know, what is it that you're working on? What are you working on now? And what is the dream that you actually have? Because I would really love to know. Make sure you like and subscribe to help others find my videos, and I will see you next time. Hi, welcome to your reading. This is pile number 3. And from these little stickers, or whatever they are, I just feel like fall time in New York and somebody strolling down the sidewalk enjoying the scenery. And I'm seeing brownstones, and I'm seeing all of these fiery colored trees lining the streets. I'm not sure what that means yet, but we will see that soon. Maybe that's a message for somebody wondering if they're gonna go to New York, or maybe it's a memory. I'm not sure. Okay, we've got a bunch of cards today. So let's see what advice your guides think you need today. 9 of Cups, straight out the gate. The Hanged One, and Fool. They're just making me feel like you're already really abundant in something, but you're not happy with it. And you're not able to decide what it is that you actually want. You just know that you're not happy with what you have right now. There's this longing to be free and to go into the sun, and maybe not go into the sun, that would burn. Anyways, just be out in the sun is what I meant to say, and just frolic in the fields and play with the flowers and stuff like that. But it's almost like you don't believe that there's any way to make a sustainable living that way, or something like that. Or maybe you think that's for other people and not you, because it seems like she's kind of like an upper class kind of person that has a lot going for her, but she just doesn't feel happy. And there's this fear here of, if I leave what I have and go toward this life that's more aligned to what my heart actually wants, that's stupid. That's the feeling I'm getting. It's like it feels stupid and irresponsible and childish to go toward what I actually want, rather than what I have right now, which isn't fulfilling me, but it is paying the bills. Okay, we've got 2 of Inspiration, Temperance, and Ace of Inspiration. It feels like your life is really lonely. Even though you may have a lot of things, or maybe surrounded by stuff that other people really value, like maybe you've got a family and kids and a house and a car and all the things that people told you that you should have, right? But it feels like you're really lonely, and you're looking for something to light you up and to set you in a direction. And it feels very empty in your heart, and not that your heart is empty, but just this longing for something different. And in this card, they're just kind of making me feel like you don't even recognize yourself in the mirror anymore. It's almost like you're remembering past versions of yourself who were much more connected to other people, much more happy, going with the flow. And this version of yourself that you are right now, you don't even really recognize. But it's the version of you you always thought that you wanted to be. And you always strive to be. And now that you have that, you're like, wait a second, why am I looking back at past versions of myself, longing for the freedom that I had? There's all this regret like going back to the past versions of yourself. You're like sending energy to the past versions of yourself, saying, man, if I had only known how my life was going to go, I would have done this so much differently. I would have really enjoyed being single is the thing that's coming up. I would have really enjoyed being single. I would have really gone traveling. I would have done everything differently. All right, your last two cards are Alpha Centauri Courage and Butterfly Change. The message that's coming through is just that version of you is not gone. It's very hard because, oh, do you see these faces here? I'm just now being drawn to those where one is going one way and the other's going another way. One's cold, one's hot. They're just different versions of you that are breaking away from each other. And it's like the version of you in the past is going this way. The version of you in the future or now is going this way, but they will converge back again together. This feels like a pause in time. I'm getting the image that I think it's a he, maybe a she. Anyways, they put their staff down and the time starts swirling around them and everything stops for a moment because there's something really, I feel like this is a pile for moms. Honestly, I feel like if you're hearing this isn't resonating, I don't think this pile is for you because this really, really feels like somebody who is a mom or it could be a male who got married, settled down, had kids, whatever. And then whoever this is, you feel like your whole life has stopped and it's never gonna get good again. And you feel like the person that you were is gone. And then you have so much gratitude for what you do have in your life. You're so grateful for it. You don't want it to be taken away. You just want more. You just want so much more than what is actually happening in your life. And they're drawing me to this card and they're talking about the pause in time and how it is extremely necessary because you're building a foundation for your family, for the rest of your lives together, and for your children's lives. And it's important to have, they just said 8 years. I know if you've got newborns, that may seem like a really long time, but they said it's important to have that incubation period where your children are learning from you the things that they need for their life. And that is actually your biggest purpose here, is to be, they just said the influencer for your children, okay? So they want you to look at this time from a spiritual standpoint of, and then they're drawing me back to this card where this may be you and this may be your child, and how you start together and then you teach them what you know and then they grow off and become their own person. And they're talking about the importance of that role in the child's life and how you are the one person who has the ability to teach your child the things that you have already learned. And they're saying what you do right now, the days that you have right now, the time you spend with your kids right now, this is going to set up everything that happens for generations and generations. The way you treat them, the time you spend with them, this is going to last for generations. There is nothing more important that you could do here on earth than to be a parent to your child. Spend the time with them, talk to them about their feelings. It is so hard because we live in a world where everybody tells us that we're not anything unless we are making something and producing it and selling it and becoming whatever. If we're not on TikTok, if we're not on social media, if we're not doing this, then we're irrelevant and nobody cares. And it's so not true. You have such an influence on the people in your household. That is the place in all of the world that you will have the biggest influence is on those children that you have. They're taking me back up here to this lady walking down the street in New York and looking at the fall leaves. And they're like, you have a beautiful opportunity right now to slow down and enjoy your life. Sorry, my cat was scratching at the door. But they're talking about you having the time that a lot of people don't have right now to just relax and enjoy the day. And they're asking you to please do that. Like, make the best of your day that you can right now. Your life is not always going to be like this. And they're talking about him or her raising their staff and the time beginning to swirl again. And there will be a time where you're more busy or where your life is more full and there's friends and there's places to go and all kinds of stuff like that. The stuff that you're missing out on right now, the stuff that you feel is really, really empty, that stuff is coming back. It's not going to be forever that you feel this way. All right, if this message resonated with you, please leave a comment down below so that other people can see that they're not the only ones going through this, because I know a lot of us mothers have felt this way. So I really feel for you, whether you're a mother or a father or whatever the situation is and how it resonates with you. I know a lot of us have felt this way. Let us know how you're feeling, what you're going through, how we can help. Make sure you like and subscribe if this video was helpful, and I will see you next time.